to the fourth part of my Majora's Mask livestream series. It's been a while, but just had a bit of a break, been working a bit, and I feel like I'm ready to do a little bit more recording of Majora's Mask. So, I'm just going to jump straight into everything. Last time we left off, we had just done a few of the archery side quests with some controller issues and things happening, but you know, it won't be a live stream without random issues happening. Gotta still work on that side of things. But yeah, so we've got a bunch of side quests done, got some new songs. We've opened our way up, importantly, to be able to do the second dungeon, which is what I'll be going for today. But before I do anything, as always, I'm going to play the song of inverted time, so we can slow things down. So my goal for this live stream is I want to try and get the second dungeon finished, well, start it and finish it all in this one part, which includes getting all the stray fairies. And I also want to do another little side quest along the way while I'm doing the dungeon, which will mean we're going to be needing to stock up a bit for this. Alright. So, first thing I want to do before I go to this dungeon is stock up a bit on some arrows and some bombs, which we're going to need for the dungeon. I'm still getting used to playing a game like this while on live stream, because there is a little bit of issues with my inputs sometimes. I think what I want to do is try and, like, as I do more games and recordings, try faster games to try and get a feel for, just to get a feel for it all. Like, Zelda's a bit fast paced, but it's not so fast that it's uncontrollable or anything. 20 bombs, will that be enough? Just gotta do another pile, just try and get myself maxed out. Normally I would have gone for the extra rupee thing, but right now I don't need it. Because there's something important I need to do, and I don't think I need to pay any money in this side quest or anything. Oh no, I need 100 rupees. I've just remembered now. I need 100 rupees just around to do what I want to do, so I might actually go do the rupee thing. I just want to grab us plenty of bombs and plenty of arrows to do this all. So the good thing is though, with all the archery minigames we've done, we've now currently got the biggest bomb bag, which I bought last part, which can hold 40 bombs, which is the most we can hold, and we have the biggest quiver, which can hold 50 arrows, which is good as well, because we're going to need plenty of bombs and arrows for where we're going. The last thing I want to go do is just get this 100 rupee chest opened, and then we're going to go up to the mountains and get set up to do the dungeon. Yeah. I've been in a bit of a Digimon kick recently, playing Digimon World 2003, which is my favourite game of all time. Watching a bit of the original Digimon anime as well, because when you play that game, it just makes you want to watch the show as well. Yeah, 179 will be enough. But yeah, I've also been messing around a bit with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, just developing some of my decks and things. So, but other than that, I've been at work a lot recently, so that's why I haven't really done much recording. I'm back now, doing this part, and it'll just be when I get that time to sit down and play a bit more Majora's Mask. But it feels good to be back. So what I want to do is, I want to check everything I need for this. So Lenza Truth, I want the Ocarina, and I'll want the Goron Mask. So what I need to do first to do, I need to go up here. Sorry, this is all... I know what I'm doing, it's just remembering how the order of things I need to do. So first things first, I need the Lens of Truth. I need my Deku Mask. Because we need to go get some more water. So, if you remember from last part, we went and got some hot springs water from up here. And that was to defrost the Elder. But there's another thing we can do with the hot spring water that I was saving for this part. I haven't really climbed up here before as a Deku, but here we are now. I believe it is the left path I need to get to the top. Again, you need the Lens of Truth to see the ladder. You can climb it without it, but the Lens of Truth really helps there. And what I need is an empty bottle, which we have 2 right now, which means we are well on track to what we need. I need the Goron mask as well. Yeah, we'll put that there. I'll do that there for now. Now, something I've never tried before is what happens if you collect something like the hot springs water and then you teleport. I don't want to test it, but if anyone knows whether or not the hot springs water would stay hot for a couple of minutes after you teleport, it'd be cool to know. So, because potentially you could teleport to the bottom instead of having to go all the way down here, instead of having to jump down. It's not much for time save, but I'm just curious if that actually would work. But we're going to jump down here, and of course I'll land on the platform. And we want to go with our hot spring water into this log cabin that we ignored before. So, just have a little look here. Mountain Smithy ahead. We sharpen any sword, so we work hard, so your sword works hard for you. Well, let's see what they've got. And the reason we want the hot spring water is because this here is frozen. I want to get as close as I can. Hopefully this will do it. I need to drop the hot spring water close enough to the ice to melt it. On this furnace. Gabara! Huh? Oh, you've done me a great favour. Now then, this half can finally go to work for me. Thanks. Alright, so let's talk to this guy. Gabara, fetch our customers some coffee, quick like. Now then, let me take a look at your sword. Alright, to reforge your sword, it will cost you 100 rupees. It'll be ready at sunrise. You'll have to let us hold on to your sword until then. Keep in mind that after you use your reforged sword 100 times, it will lose its edge and it will be back to its normal sharpness. So would you like your sword reforged for 100 rupees? Yeah. Thanks for dropping in. Now then, I'm straight off to work. Come back tomorrow morning. Ooga ooga ooga. Alright, so you'll notice now our B button doesn't have anything. The little green circle where our sword was. So we're giving our sword. So why am I doing this? Why am I giving my sword? Well, it will make it stronger, but it'll only last 100 swipes. So it's not normally worth doing this. However, after we finish this dungeon, there'll be a very important reason for why we're doing this. Because we're going to make a stronger sword after the dungeon. But I want to do this now so that... Because you need 2 days to make the big sword. You need the first day to get it merged into the razor sword that we'll be getting. And then another day to power up that sword with an item that we're going to get. But first, and more important, we need to get into the second dungeon. So, we've opened our way to Snowhead. I have forgotten the song. What is the song? Oh, our left... Wait. What is it? Left, right, A. No, what is this? Oh, I don't know. I'm just guessing. What's the... I've got the right feel for it. I can't remember exactly the notes. It's the lullaby we need. A, left, right. A, left. A, right, left. A, right, left. Right, A. That's it. That was close. There you go. It's weird, I was trying to think of the notes and I was thinking of the little baby doing it, the ba 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 from last part. I was like, how does this go? But yeah, you play the lullaby, and if you have the lens of truth, you can see this big Goron blocking the way and blowing the wind that keeps us from entering the dungeon here. If you play the lullaby, you put him to sleep and roll him out of the way. So now, the reason why I wanted to go grab all them bombs and arrows is we're going to be doing this dungeon without a sword. Now, for most of the game, obviously you wouldn't want to do that. Why would I want to play the game without a sword? But Snowhead in particular is a very... It kind of relies more on like the bombs and the Goron form and stuff like that, so we don't really need to use the sword too much. And things that we could need the sword for, we can do without the sword. But I figure I want to do this in this cycle, so that this part isn't just going to be the dungeon and that's it. It's going to be the dungeon with a little something else after. I mean, Snowhead dungeon is a bit harder. Just getting into it's a bit annoying with these thin pathways we got to walk along. So I really want to take my time. For goodness sake. But we don't have a super long time to do it because we need to try and finish this dungeon before the second day. Or at best before the second day, or at worst before the end of the second day. Because we need the third day to get the weapon we need. Oh, for goodness sake. This is the only annoying thing, is this little thin walkway here. The Goron Punch can destroy the boulders, it's just walking along it is a bit annoying. Try and stay away from the edge. Just bear with me here. Gotta not fall off again. So this next bit, I can actually just... I want to just roll up here, and then I'm going to walk. Oh, okay, I'm going to roll away from those guys a second. Luckily, the Stray Fairy Fountain is... The Fairy Fountain for this dungeon is just around this area. It's just below... It's on this, like, incline bit here. So as we go up, there's a little gap on the bottom where we can enter. Like a little cave opening. And that's where we'll drop off the Stray Fairies when we've done this dungeon. I might create a save state in this dungeon just because I know this dungeon can be a bit annoying, because as much as I love the Goron controls, playing it on stream there is a slight bit of delay, so sometimes it makes it a bit wonky, and the Goron roll is already a bit wobbly to control. Here I need to just roll up this bit. I don't know if you can walk up there, but I try to just roll a bit to make sure, because it looks a bit steep. So what I want to do first is I'm going to just create a save point here. You'll notice we have a lot of the same ones from last time, with all the minigame things, which was just off screen. After the part ended, I wanted to just try them again, the minigames, see if it was me or it was the game. It was a bit of or if it was the stream. It was a bit of both. I'm not used to controlling it on a Switch because I'm used to playing it on the GameCube Collector's Edition, which has Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and the first two Zelda games on. It's a really good deal, and a really great game that my stepbrother bought me years ago. but I don't know if it's just the copy I've got or something, but the disc doesn't like it won't work on recording equipment that I've got. So I've had to find a different way to play it, which is why we're playing it on the Switch version. On the Nintendo Online. But yeah, so this first strafe area you can only hit from specific angles, because this bit for some reason doesn't always want to work. It sometimes acts like it's glass around like areas, and it just doesn't let you hit even if it looks like you could hit. Is that fairy coming to me? Come on. Thank you. There you go, so that saves us having to worry about that fairy up there. But that's the only time we need to worry about that. While I'm here, I'm going to show a very important trick that I'm going to be using a lot in this dungeon. So if there's a lava pit and you step into it as a Deku, it'll send you back to the top of the room. And what's nice is it doesn't take away any of the progress of items. So you'll see we still have the 2 strafe areas. So if you're having issues with areas in this dungeon, you can drop into a lava pit with the Deku and reset the room. And you'll notice my hearts aren't affected either, so there's no punishment for it, which is really weird, but it's a really great mechanic that I like. It's a little trick you can do to just help yourself. Like that. Because climbing up the ladder is a bit of a pain. If you land in it as a human, you just get hurt, you don't actually like reset the room. But we don't want that. So. Okay. Now, what we need to do here is line it up just right. Let's see what Tal says. Slippery place like this, you can gallop as a Goron and roll your way across. Why don't you try it? Yep, I know. So you want to line up really straight on. Get right to the edge where it's very icy to do this. Turn to a Goron. Ah, that's me just messing up. Okay, fine. Fine, we'll do this the normal way then. I do want to watch the time though, I don't want to keep doing stuff like this over and over. This dungeon can be a bit annoying. The main thing with this dungeon is you will fall a lot, and you will have a lot of... It's all about climbing up. But it's not too bad, it's just a bit annoying. I don't mind this dungeon, but it's probably my least favourite in the game. Even more than the infamous one people hate in this game, which I think is an okay dungeon. I've just found that the more I've played this game, the more I've found the Goron roll a bit wobbly. I don't know, like, I love playing the Goron, and it's fun rolling around, but it can feel really wonky. Yeah. What I might just do is create a save point, because this is getting a bit ridiculous. This is a really big moment why I like having the save states. There we go. So you want to stop right there. You do not want to fall off. Just to save time, let's do this. Anytime I do a little moment like that I don't want to have to do again, I'll do this. Now what I want to do is, I want to go over here for a moment. There's one more item in that room, but we can't get it right now. I want to just bump into this guy. Bling up there. I don't need the rupees, but I'll grab them. You know, rupees. But we want to just come in here and grab this chest. Now I can't do anything else in this room right now, but I figure I might as well just come in here, grab this, and then come back later. So there we go, got the dungeon map. Oh, strafe. Oh, okay. I genuinely forgot there was a strafe area in there. But it's fine. We'll be coming back in there in a bit anyway. He doesn't. They won't disappear if you leave them in a room. I just want to get a move on with things. Like I say, he'll still be up there. Although now I'm paranoid, I might just quickly. You know what? Yeah. Let's just double check, because I don't want to say that. Like, yeah, it won't disappear, and then accidentally find it does disappear. This is why we have save points. There you go. You'll see the there's still glowing, so there is still another stray fairy in here. We can't get to it right now. Okay. There, it's go up the map again. Like nothing ever happened. Yeah, I just want to be just being safe. I'm pretty sure it doesn't disappear though, but if anyone can prove that, I'm pretty sure it doesn't though because they just stay around and it would be very unfair if it did. Just be safe. There you go. Back to where we were. So this is the main room of the dungeon, and you will see a lot of this room, and it is a very annoying room to deal with. But right now, I want to just create a little suspend point, and I want to just explore a bit of this room. Right now, we're just going to sort of follow the linear path and make our way around. Bit by bit, we'll find where we need things. There'll be stray areas we can't get right now because we need to get the item of the dungeon, which will let us explore the rest of the dungeon, which is basically basic Zelda tradition. The thing with this dungeon though is you will make a lot of progress and you will lose a lot of progress by climbing. So I highly recommend, as with all other dungeons, make sure your 3-day cycle, you're on a fresh new 3-day cycle for this, unless you're doing like a challenge run or something, because you will need every bit of time you can get for these dungeons. Because Majora's Mask has some of the hardest dungeons. Now unfortunately we can't get that yet, but I just wanted to make that treasure chest spawn. I want to get this key in here. Now, this is also a dungeon where there's a lot of stuff you can do and a lot of stuff you can't do right off the bat. So right now, these rooms are sort of closed. You can shoot an arrow here. It's very particular about this though. But I believe if you shoot this through the flame the right way, could be mistaken though. Yep. Because it acts like a fire arrow, you can melt the ice and open this door, this red door here. And look, it takes us right back to the opening room of the game, of the dungeon. So that was the red door. Now with the key, we can go in this door. So okay, what we're doing now? With all these Wolfers, I also, without my sword, have to rely on the Goron punch, which not the most fun way to fight these guys. But again, a punch to the back will kill them instantly. So let them swipe at you and then just hit them like that. There we go, got the compass. Tell us any chests, any items in the room. The problem is, we've got all this ice here that we're going to do anything about right now. So we'll have to come back to this at a later point. But what I do have is bombs. No, I don't want to hook onto you. Got to time this just right. First of all, we could blow that up, yeah, but that's not what I'm after. Oh, come on. We want to blow this up, this box up here, because there's a stray fairy inside. There we go. That should be our third. Fourth one, even better. Got our little stray fairy, and let's move on to the next floor. So, this room. Again, we can't do a lot right now in here, but we can do bits. I like to sort of go around the dungeon, try and collect what I can. see any bit of weird ice on the walls like that, it usually means it's a lens of truth spot, where you can see through do that. Can't do much else here, unfortunately, until we get a way through. We need a key, so that's fine. I just wanted to go grab the stray fairy. Now, I believe what I need to do... I need to remember this, right? Okay. It's been a while, like I say, since I've done this. I know what I need to get, it's just remembering which way I go to get it in this dungeon. So... got our stray fairies, first couple of ones there. We'll be back in these rooms later. Let's go back to the main room again. I believe I've already been in there. That was just to get that. Okay, I think I can go down to the bottom now. So you'll notice this big switch here isn't going down, so we need to be a bit heavier. Let's down to a Goron. Again, these lava pits, you can use the Deku form, which we will be using that trick a bit later. I need to just find a way into the chest. Annoying lava enemies. But we want to try and I want to just try and get as many stray fairies as possible, as soon as possible. Because this dungeon's very annoying for getting stray fairies. So, okay. There's only a staircase and a doorway on this bottom floor. Okay, so this is another room we can't interact with yet. Like I say, it has been a bit since I've played, so just bear with me. I'm just getting my bearings around this dungeon again. But at least I'm still picking up the stray fairies, so I'm not wasting time or anything. I've got to remember which path do I take. So we're in this big main room. We can't do anything on the bottom floor right now. On the basement floor. So I'm just gonna create a save point because I haven't done one in a while. Just keep our progress up. That's frozen. Can't do anything with that. Is it this room I want? The orange? It must be the orange door. I don't remember being able to jump up here though. Maybe I can. No, because that's the platform we jump over. Okay. Okay, let me go back to the red room and check something. It might just be there's another door there I need to go through. Is it the blue door? So we've done open that way up. I need another key is the problem. Can't get that right now. That. Okay. Sorry about this. Just getting my head around it. This, like I said, this dungeon is very annoying because it's got very particular paths it wants you to take. I think it's that blue door I need over there. I've done the orange door. I've done the red door. Is it just this? No, this is the way to the front room, right? Yeah, let's just take it to here. We can't do anything with that right now. Unless I could beat these. And they give me something? I don't remember they give you anything though. Yeah, see, we've got this ice here. Basically what we need to do is we need to get a key. Was it? No, because we can't go up there yet. Okay. Where was the key? That's what I'm trying to remember now is where the key is that I need to go get. That room we can't do anything else in though. Okay. There's no other exit in this room because we need to get above, so it's not that one. Okay. So again, sorry, just bear with me. I'm just trying to get my head around where I need to go with this. Is it just not the blue one? Yeah, see, this room we can't do anything with right now because it's all frozen over. We need a way to get rid of the ice. This room... No, because we need the key. Ah, okay. We need a key. I don't know where the key is in this room. Oh, I'm so stupid. I am so stupid. Yeah, it is this room we need. Specifically, we need to shoot these on top. That's what it was. I was like, why can't I forgot what I do with the crystals, thinking I need fire arrows. You don't need fire arrows. Okay, apology. That's me just forgetting this step. So you want to shoot these crystals with arrows to destroy all the ice blocks, so we can jump across to where we need to go. You don't have to do all of them, I'm just showing. Just going to open them all up for the sake of it. Yeah, okay, there we go. We're back on track now. I know where we're going. Like I say, this dungeon's a lot of just... You gotta be very observant, very careful to check everything. That's where I was getting very confused about what to do. I could have my bunny hood on here, but the only thing I don't like about the bunny hood in this dungeon is it makes you very slippery, which can lead to a lot of inaccurate jumps and cause a lot of problems. But here we go. So we punch this secret chest. This should have a key inside. Yep, that opens this room. Open. That's our way forward. And then this should take us to a new room. Yes. Okay, we're back on track now. What I need to do is I need the... This is also the first dungeon where you are required to have this Great Fairy Mask in order to actually access certain parts of this all the Stray Fairies. As you'll see here, there's this secret spot that you can't see without the Lens of Truth. With the Lens of Truth, we can free the fairy. However, without the Fairy Mask, you can't actually recruit the fairy. So I want to make sure we get that. This is a very annoying room as well. I don't like... This room gives me a lot of trouble a lot of the time. So I'm going to create a suspend point here. We are taking a bit longer than I was hoping on this, but just on these first dungeon puzzles, which is why, again, I recommend doing this all in an early cycle. Because if you don't know these dungeons very well, like, I've played through the game a lot, but I haven't done this part of the game in a while. It could be easy to mess this all up. So what I want to do now is slap on a bunny hood, run across, not like that. That was all wrong. Okay. I want to get my bunny hood. Let's get the bunny hood ready. Now, as you can see, that block of ice is preventing us from just going around the room to where we need to go. So we'll have to keep that in mind for if we ever come back to this room again. Okay, I'm gonna not load. I'm gonna create this as my suspend point because this puzzle can be a bit annoying. Basically, what we need to do is we need to open this door up by moving around the different pillars. So I want to just... Nope. This is also where the auto jumping can be very annoying. So I want to be quick about this. Nope. I did the two different sides. Right, good. Now I want to create this my suspend point. Like I said, I'm only doing this just to save time for the recording, not because... Oh, it's possible. It's not impossible, it's just we just got specific things to do here. Now, let me see... Actually, I think if you do this right, you can do it without even having to bring this one up. I think you can... No, you can't. No, okay. basically what we need to do now is get that. This one's on a timer. This green one. So what we need to do is get the green one down on this side as a way to get back up. Okay, I think I've already messed that up. Yeah, so we want to slam this one down. Slam that orange one down. Hang on, I want to do this from the top because I don't like doing it from the bottom. Because basically we're going to jump from the orange one. We're going to get back up by using the green one. Let's see if this works. The idea being we reset the room back to where it was, and we use this one to climb up. Oh, come on. Yeah, oh, thank God. There is a mask we could have got before coming here that actually... No, we couldn't, never mind. No, there's a mask that can help in that room, but with how we are right now, we can't get what we need from it. Okay, so what I need to do now is... These are the rooms where you really want to be careful. This is actually also where I highly recommend making use of that Deku trick. Or if you're playing it on the Switch version like I am, just keep making safe spots, because yeah, there we go. My best advice for Goron rolling to just be more accurate is just sometimes let the controls do it. Not this bit though, this bit we actually have to do ourselves. So I let go of the controller, of the direction stick, because sometimes it can mess with your rolls. Is it in this room I need? Yes it is. No it's not, this is the wrong room. But this is the upstairs of that other room. It's good to know we have this. Now what I need to do is I need to get across there. Also keep that little ice wall in mind. This roll is going to be annoying. The nice thing about this though is once we've done this part, we actually can go all the way back to the start of the dungeon, because the thing we're going to get in here, in this next room, will help us get through the rest of the dungeon. And we actually want to start at the bottom, because we want to go get everything and make our way back. So they give you some arrows. So alright, we got a mini-boss. Our first of many fights with the Wizrobe, which look very weird in this game. They're not as wizardy and more just gross gremlin looking creatures in this. So you want to find the real one, shoot him with an arrow. My best advice is get into a corner of a room, look around. Yeah, also if you hit shave, it can freeze you, so just watch out for that. You do have a bit of time, thankfully. I'm not quite in a corner with this, I'll do. If you're close enough, you can actually hit him with the sword, which we don't have. And you can lock onto him, which is very helpful. So now he's going to have two versions of him, one real, one fake, which will run around for a moment. So you want to look for the real one. So he's there. Just roll away. If it looks like he's about to hit you, just roll. But yeah, get used to this mini boss. He is a very common mini boss used in the rest of the dungeons of the game. But we're done with him for this one. So what do we do about all the ice? How do we get rid of all the ice and finally get to explore the rest of the dungeon? Well, we use fire arrows, which consume magic. But with the fire arrows, we can now explore the rest of the dungeon. And while we could roll across and, you know, just go that way, an easy way to do things here is play the Song of Soaring in a dungeon, and it will take you back to the entrance of the dungeon. You don't lose any progress, so you keep all your items and everything you've done. It's just a really good fast travel way to get through rooms. And what's extra nice about this is there's, with the arrows we've got, we can now basically explore the rest of the dungeon. So we're going to now just start clearing up some of these rooms that we've left. Start with this one. Let's get rid of this guy. I'm going to let him swipe me. Come on. Oh, come on. Yeah, there you go. So we're going to shoot this with a block. Is that enough? What is that? Yeah, it is. I thought it was. I thought it was another wolf. Not the brightest enemies. So we want to hit the switch. And we make a chest appear. But how do we get up there? Well, that's what the block's for. So we're going to push this around the room. Now, I'm kind of doing things a little out of order here because there's parts of this dungeon I just don't want to deal with. Like, I don't want to have to go across that bridge again in that first room. So I'm going to try get there from the other side. From going the top route, like going from the top back down to it. Which will just take a bit of finagling around, but that's fine because I've got ways to get myself around. So there we go, we've got our 8th stray fairy, which means we're well on track to what we need. So again, we want to just push this block around. And like I said, I recommend with any dungeon, try not have many side quests, unless it's a side quest that you can only do when the dungeon's finished. Make sure to put most of your time in a cycle towards just the dungeon, as otherwise you could just be stuck with a lot of difficult moments. You could be struggling for time, depending on how your trip to a dungeon goes, because you never know. Like, I've played this game so many times, but you know, as you've seen, I can make a lot of mistakes, and playing it on recording is very different, where buttons are a bit later than what I'm used to. Go. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is also one thing I do find annoying in this room in particular, is if you miss that jump there, I gotta go all the way back around, because there's no quick way back to that room. So I'm going to try that again. I'm going to do what I should have done and put a suspend point up there. Oh my god, in the door, thank you. Out the way, thank you. I don't know why they do this, but some of the rooms like this one, they will refreeze certain things. It's usually just the enemies though, so you don't have to worry too much about that. But yeah. Also, you cannot pull these blocks to slide them, you have to push them. So just keep that in mind when you're doing these puzzles. Okay, hold on. Now, despite the time limit issues, I would recommend just slowly take your time with this dungeon. Ugh. I'm going to be seeing a lot of these little poppers around the dungeon. They're the main enemy of Snowhead. There's Wolfer. Oh, wait, I almost just did the same thing again. I'm going to create a suspend point. We will also be coming back to this dungeon later in the game, because just like the swamp, when we finish a dungeon, it does affect the areas around, and we need certain things about this. That wasn't even straight, I don't know what I was doing there. We need what happens after this dungeon's finished to happen elsewhere. But yeah, thank God for the Switch online, because bits like this are very annoying. There we go, that's what I need. All this just to get one stray fairy. I know what you are. There we go. That's done. So now what I want to do, I'm going to go out here. I want to go back through to the main room. We will be going back up the dungeon, but there's items and things I want to go grab first. I don't want the red room. I want this room. Yeah, I believe it's this room I want. Next. I want to just go around, get all my stray fairies, and then we can continue exploring the dungeon. So now that we've got ice arrows, we can finally get rid of these guys. And get to the item. Because we could kill the guys, but then we would be stuck without access to the chest. Because it appears right around here, where the ice block is. There you go. There are plenty of magic pots to help refuel the ice arrows, so definitely keep breaking pots. Arrows, though, I would recommend getting some of those minigames done before this dungeon to help with getting the topping up. But that gets us our small key. And then I want to go up here, into this room here. I want to go up the stairs. That's it. I might not be able to do this right now though, because I need magic, and I don't think anything in this room gives us any magic. Yeah, there's no jars, which is very annoying. Okay, well, because I think there's just stupid rupees in this room. Okay, they're not stupid. I need magic. You'd think one of them would be a magic pot. No. I call them stupid, yeah, I picked them up. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. I'm just trying to think if there's a magic. I mean, there's some pots. Where can I find pots? Does this have? I don't suppose this would have any. Nope, just rupees. Wonderful. Ooh, what are these? See, without a sword, this is. I have to actually pick up and throw the pots. Just arrows. Okay, that's fine. We'll deal with it as it comes to us. I just need. I need magic is the problem. If you can get I think what I should have done was get a magic potion before coming in here. It's not the end of the world, because there are pots around. I just gotta find the ones that have some actual magic inside. And I'm not having any luck with magic. So we'll find something. Right, okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Let's jump down here. I want to do this now before anything else. Where's that patch of grass? There it is. There we go. Now I'm going to just... Actually, I don't even need to. I can just go up the stairs here. I was going to reset the room, but I don't need to do that if it's right here. Alright. Back in this room again. I want the magic. Like I said, just take your time. Definitely play that Song of Reverse Time. And just make your cycle focused on, like here, for example, I want to just make sure it's focused on beating the dungeon more than anything else. The minigame thing I have to do after the dungeon. I've got plenty of time to do. I should have plenty of time to do that, because we are actually halfway through this dungeon, believe it or not. Now this is a really awkward bit, and I'm going to make sure I put the item I want on here. I want to create a suspend point. We want to put the lens of truth on, because this is the strafe area I never knew about for so long. Because why would you think about this? If you fall off, like I said, you can get back up with a little platform, but I'd rather not have to rely on that. Nope. As I'm not doing, take your time with this. This first one's the worst. Nope. Ugh, am I really going to have to do every step? Nope. Zelda, I love your auto jumping, but sometimes it really messes you up. All I'm doing here is, basically, you get the idea. We're just gonna hop up. There you go. Oh my god, don't do that. No! No! Just tapping the stick works quite well. On the platforms, it's just this first one that's not a very easy one to get onto. I do not want to have to create a suspend point for every last one of these. This is so embarrassing. No! Oh my god. Yeah, Switch Online is such a blessing for a game like this. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna do suspend point for each one. So I don't want to spend all day on this. At least the first one. Yeah, as you can see, you can still jump on them even if the lens of truth isn't up, but I mean, that's just awkward. Okay, we made it up this far. Like I say, suspend points are so helpful. Nope. Thank goodness for suspend points. I'm not even putting the lens of truth on now. And there we go. Imagine if I fell off that last one. There we go. Now, with a careful roll jump across the edge. Nope. You can make that, it's just a very tight jump. It's fine. I'm not going to bother resetting anything there because just got to hit this with an arrow. It'll raise us up until you jump off. It goes down, and there we go. Now then, what I want to do next. We have 5 left to go. I know one is in that hidden ice bit. I believe I've done all the other floors mostly. There's still a treasure in there to go. What's in that room? Okay, let's do a few things. First of all, I want to thaw that. Now we can't get access to that secret room until we're much higher up. So I think I actually want to jump to the bottom now. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Jump out. I want to go into this room here. And this is where we're going to start properly exploring the dungeon. Because with the ice arrow, we can now not shoot that random patch. We can shoot this here. Fire arrow, not ice arrow. Imagine that. An arrow of ice. Okay. So I want to pop in here, fly up to this little platform here. Now I believe this should take us just to the top. Do we need another one? Nope, it takes to the top. Beautiful. So this takes us to this room, which is connected to that main room. It was just frozen. I want to just break some pots. It feels so weird to be throwing pots around. This is all just a tradition, but I'm not used to actually having to do it in the game. We want to kill these enemies. Get rid of these guys. And that gets one of the chests in this room to pop up. We haven't got a small key from earlier. I need more magic though. Yeah, I'm going to say again, I do recommend coming here with a magic potion. Because it will save the issue I'm having right now of just magic. Bunny Hood will let you jump up, but you can also just jump further, but you can also just roll and jump. That's what we need. Good. Now, I think the idea in this room is they want you to jump from platform to platform with the stick and light each one, but I've always just assumed to use the arrows, the fire arrows, when I can actually aim them. There you go. You light first. That opens the door. No, I thought there was 2 chests. No, there's just 1. Never mind. Well, there should be another magic jar. Full one. Good. That should be our 11th strafe area, which is great. Like I say, we're not making good we're making good progress in how many things we've got. We're just not making good progress in time, which, you know, is going to happen. Just the recording case. But also, it's just, I'm not used yet to playing on recordings because everything has a slight delay to it. Whoops. There it is. So we slam the switch, and now opens up the gimmick of the dungeon. Basically, this is how we're supposed to navigate the rest of the dungeon. I'm going to actually now do the... No, I don't know if that affects this. I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to. I was going to play the Song of Soaring, but I actually don't know if it affects the big tower thing in the place. So what we want to do is we want to jump across. Be careful not to fall down. I mean, if we fall down, we can get back up. But I want to go over to this block here. Got plenty of arrows, right? Let's just break the jars open. Like I said, we've got until the 2nd day to get through this dungeon. I've nearly got everything I need. It's just a few more items and things to get. We want to go... Okay, so we went the wrong room. So we want to go back to that way. That's fine though, because I could... Yeah, I could do this. I could do this a different way. If I need to get back to that one, I can go through there. And if not, I can go up the stairs here. I'm going to see if I can go from the stairway up to where I want to be. Because we're basically done with this bottom half now. So we want to go back up to the... We want to go up to that next floor where there was that big ramp, because those big ramps are going to be our way around the dungeon. And you may have noticed on the pillar that we've raised, there was some ice. There was some like special blue bits of ice on there, which we want to interact with them in a moment. I want to just do this. So we need to get back up here, back to where we need to be. I'm going to create a load point, save point in here. Yes. Because this is now where we're going off towards where the dungeon wants us to go. So we want to go on roll, and we're going to... Since we've now blocked the way to the mini-boss, we need to go back along this way. This then takes us up here. So, okay, what are we doing up here? Well, what I want to do now... Roll across this. That's the scary bit there. Can't interact with anything right now, but that's fine. You want to go in here. There's some weird snow enemies here. So, yeah, so you can't hit him with the ground pound. Oh, you gotta be very close to the ground pound. Hey, Jack. Take that. Let's get rid of him. Okay, so now what I want to do, put the lens of truth on. Now, the problem with arrows in the lens of truth is you can only use regular arrows because they both consume magic at the same time, so it only lets you use one or the other. So we're going to pop that bubble. So straight fairy for this room. As you'll see, the little pink's gone off the hair, like the little pink flowy bits, meaning that we've got everything we needed. So now I'm gonna open my way up to the next part of the dungeon. But you can see the idea of this dungeon is basically we're climbing up forever and ever. The next dungeon people really hate, but the reason I find this one more annoying myself is I just feel like it feels like it's very... I hate when I get so far into a dungeon and make one mistake. Okay, this is gonna, like, I'm gonna have to go into my Goron form, I think, to fight these. These down alphas, just like the first dungeon, don't fight them with the Deku form. I don't know why you would here. But yeah, the fire will immediately kill you. But there we go. So that tells me I'm definitely on track, because we have every stray fairy that is... just about every stray fairy but one. And all I need to do now is get the boss key, which should be in this room right here. That's why I haven't punched any of the blocks down. Basically, the ice blocks on that big pillar, we're going to punch them and it shrinks it down. But we've got another fight with the Wizrobe in here. You can use fire arrows, but I'm just going to go for regular arrows for now, because my magic's not very high. Yeah. My best advice with this boss is just stand in a corner somewhere where you can see most of the spots, and line it up. The second half of the fight is harder just because you got to figure out which one's the real one, which one's the fake. But when you know where the two of them are, then you can do that. He does thankfully take a bit to wind up with his attack. I could have put on like a blast mask or something there to hit him, but nah. There you go. Pretty simple boss fight, all things considered. There we go. So we've done that. Considering the annoying thing about this dungeon, I think most of this has just been like... If it wasn't for the delay, this has actually been a very smooth run of this dungeon. Because normally this dungeon, I'd fall down a lot and I'd have to restart a lot. But I've learned a lot of good tricks, like the Deku, using the Deku form to get around the fire, which is a really useful trick. But yeah, so, okay, what do we do in this situation where, like, this is all great and all, but we've got to get up there. How do we get up there? Well, one of the rooms will take us there. We got to find which room does. Now, what I want to do is, there is a specific spot I need to fall to get something I'm after. I need to find whereabouts that spot is with the ice block on the wall. Whereabouts are you? Where is that ice block? I know it's around here somewhere, that little bit of like, a little panel of ice I'm looking for. Okay, I'll have a look when I'm down. I'll just see. Maybe I need to be lower down to find what I'm looking for, because I'm not having much luck here. They respawn, but it's fine. Just leave. They're not a big deal. Just gonna ignore them. So we're done with that little section of the dungeon. So I never have to go back there. There's nothing else in this room, so that's all done as well. Like I say, all we've got to do now is work our way to the top, now that we've got the arrows. There it is. Okay, yeah, I remember where I have to go. Is the platform... Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to find... There's a specific platform I'm looking for that I'm not seeing right now. That's nice, okay. So I need to go down the steps to the floor below. We need to just start destroying these to get to where I need to go. So we punch that, and we punch that. Now what that should do is get us closer to where we need to be, but we're not done yet. Lowering those first two is only part of the job. So we now need to lower the next two. Again, just be careful about... Oh, it's there. Okay, I see it. That's where I need to go. So it's... yeah, this bit, if you fall off, again, just use the Deku trick and it'll respawn you back up here. I'm hoping I don't have to, but I need to get up to that next bit here. What I try to do when I'm going around that bit is I try to curve where I'm rolling a bit. Is it this I need to go into? No, it takes me down. I think I need to go further down, actually. Okay, let's just go right back to the start of the dungeon. Because there's a spot where we need to get to that will let us go across to there. All of that we can get back to. Where's the... I'm trying to find where the blocks are that I can punch. I might have messed up, actually. Did I mess up punching them? See, this is what I don't like about this dungeon, is I feel like I can get through most of the dungeon perfectly fine, and I know what I'm doing with things, and then I just get to this one section right at the end where it's working my head around where the first blocks are that I need to punch. So no, we need to just stay at the top end of the dungeon now. So there shouldn't be any reason to go lower. I think that's right. I don't believe I need to go lower at any point. Okay, let's see what we're dealing with. So, I need to go up to the next floor. I need to get that. Yeah, okay, let's go up again. Back up to the floor above. Thankfully, it is right here. This should take us up to the next floor. That's what I need. Yes, I've lined this up perfectly. Now, I need to just not fall. Again, if you slide the stick just on a curve, it should normally let you, unless you accidentally hit a wall or something, it should curve you. But again, if you fall down, just turn into a deku and reset the room. And to save yourself having to climb all the way back up again. And there you go. Yes, that's correct. That is everything I needed to do. Now what I want to do here, I want to just get up to the next floor. It's the next floor where everything matters. When I hit this correctly... Oh my god, stop. Yeah, so that's the big puzzle of the dungeon. And thankfully we are just about done. That is the end of the dungeon where the boss is, but that's not what I want to do right now. Now I need to find the correct spot where that little ice platform is. Icicles. I'm looking for the icicles on the wall or somewhere on one of the wall. Is it that end? Once I see it, I can just jump down. I mean, I could also just... I didn't mean to put that on. Oh no, shit. I put the wrong thing on. Oh my god. Alright, let me just... let's show off the Deku trick. So just touch a bit of lava, and that should bring us right back to the top room. It takes you a bit... Oh my goodness, I slid back in there. The reason that works is it takes you to where you last entered a room. Yeah, okay, so I don't believe it's that. Is it this one then? No, it's not. Great, okay. I don't know why I'm having such an issue finding the right spot that I'm supposed to drop down onto. I don't actually know if there's a spot in this entire dungeon that can take you there. Find out soon enough. For now, though, there is a Deku flower there, okay. Not straight on and off. Oh my god, I actually was. Now, what we don't want to do is we don't want to go through any doors, because if you go through a door, it'll reset everything. I see it's this room here, though, right there, where I want to go. So as long as we don't touch any of the doors, we'll be alright. I will need to get some hearts, though, because my health is plummeting quick from all the falling. Okay, I'm going to just do a save state, because I don't want to lose too many. I don't want to lose any more hearts here. I think I know which side I need to be at, though. And it's across here where we need to do the thing. Nope, that's not right. Nope. Oh, I'm trying to line it up. Yeah. There we go. So done with that. Now normally I would just go through the door, fight the boss, but we're still missing something. So what I want to do... You can jump across to it. I'm going to try do it how they supposedly want me to do it. Because if you'll remember, this... It will take us a minute. This does... We can fly as long as we want. It'll just drop us low. But yeah. I'm just going to do it this way because I want to be as safe as possible doing this. To try and not kill more time. Unfortunately, we will have to then dip into the lava to get back up. Because I don't believe there's a way to get back. Without having to climb through the dungeon again. This is the most annoying strafe area in the whole dungeon. Bit by bit, we're slowly making our way. I'm going to be very annoyed if this is the wrong side. Come on, please be the right side. This is the most dramatic reveal ever. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Is this even the right side? Oh, I might be on the wrong side actually. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, I see it, I see it. Okay, I'm going to go for it. No, I'm not. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till we're closer. But I see we are at the right side. As long as we go near where the icicles are, we won't. We should land there. I think I'm hoping I haven't wasted too much flight. I'm going for it. This is where we want to be. And there we go. Right. I'm just going to take a very quick break. And I'll be right back. But there we go. We've got all the stray fairies. I'll be back in just a second. the mic. There we go. So that's our last stray fairy done. Now all I gotta do is take a little dip in a lava pool for a second, and this should, if I've done that all correct, take me back to the top floor. Now I've got to just roll across, so I'm going to create this as my suspend point. Thank God for these suspend points, because I'd be having a much harder time without them. Like I say, once I get better at video recording and I understand how to properly change things like the frame rate, I'd be able to get it, just remove that delay. But it's something to work with. But yeah. Anyway, here we are. So we're finally at the second boss of the dungeon. Well, the second dungeon boss, rather. I'm just going to create a suspend point right here, in case anything goes wrong or anything at the boss. Should be alright, though. So this is my favourite boss in the game, and one of my favourite Zelda bosses ever. This is Goat. The masked mechanical beast, Goat. So, weirdly enough, you have to unfreeze him to start the fight, and you can fight this guy either shooting him with arrows, but it's a very slow and tedious process that way, or the way that you're meant to fight him, and the really fun way is to roll around after him and just start smashing into him. Because you can do cool stuff like this, where you can, if you can turn it the right way, you can bounce off the walls. But if you get too far away from him for too long, he will stand in place and start shooting lightning. And that's not good. If it hits you, obviously, it does a bit of damage, paralyzes you for a second. But yeah, so the idea here is we want to just get into the spiky form, and we want to roll into him. I do recommend, if you're heading towards the walls, to try to hit the wall in a way so you turn the other way. So like there, for example, I was facing forward, so it just sort of, if you hit it on the right way of an angle, you could sometimes ricochet. It's hard to explain, and it's hard to do as well, but you sort of just get a feel for when you've done it right, when you'll like curve, so you gotta like curve it a bit. I'm kind of wasting time though here, let's get back into it. But yeah, so if you hit you with that lightning blast, you'll run off again. This whole game is basically, this whole match is basically one big chase after him. And if you can hit him while on a ramp, like if you could fling yourself off a ramp and hit him, then you can knock him down and get extra hits, which is really good, but it's not always easy to do. Okay, I'm doing a really bad job with the ricocheting. I had a really good first one, I haven't done it since. There you go. Yeah, so you sort of got to like turn it and hit it on the right way. But for now, he's just kicking up rocks, running away from us. We've got to just like try do what we can to catch up to him. The sides can be annoying if you can slow you down, but you can also use them to try and get a bit of a boost. But yeah, this is sort of just a big test of how well you've been able to use the Goron spin. It can be a bit finicky, and I know some people don't like that about this fight, some people prefer the arrow method because it's more reliable. I just think the arrow method to me is the more boring way to fight him. I love just the speed and intensity and just trying to get as good as you can with the Goron roll. Because the Goron roll, it has a really nice smoothness to the turning that I like. Oh, I did it. In the 3DS version, you actually have to knock him down with rolling, and then you have to hit him with arrows. So they tried to like mix the two, and I think it is a much better fight than the Adolwa 3DS fight, where that one forces you to use the Deku form in a very awkward way that I think the fight wasn't really built around. Like I said, the 3DS version I think just doesn't do the boss fights as well as this one. And even this fight, I think the 3DS one is okay, but it's much slower paced than this. Like I love that right there, you couldn't do stuff like that in the 3DS one. You'd have to stop and go and punch him. But right there, I was able to like get those extra hits in because I got the roll going. Also, he will now start dropping stalactites down and dropping bombs when he gets really low health behind him. And you can tell he's low health when the sparks on his back get more intense. Oh, we nearly got that actually. Yeah, it's not a very complicated fight. It's basically just keep ramming into him, but it's a very fun and fast-paced fight. And even as I'm talking about it, I want to just like rush around and get after him. I love doing stuff like that though, where like it can be a bit slow. Like I say, definitely I wouldn't recommend any cycle where you need Snowhead back to after the fight. I'd recommend a full clean cycle to do it, because and doing this as early as possible in a cycle, because like I said, this fight can take a while depending on how well you do with the rolling. You can, like I say, you can fight with arrows, but it's not very. I tried it and I have done it before, and I felt like it just was a very slow and boring boss fight, which goes against the point of this one, which is to be this really fast-paced, exciting chase around the arena with him. And it will come really. This is basically practice for something we're going to be doing soon. Revolving around the Goron. Yeah. So I'm having a bit of trouble here and there, just sort of keep it up with him. But you'll notice my health isn't too bad. Like a lot of that was when I came in. I probably took a little bit of health from the bombs. So he's not that hard of a fight. He's just a bit of a. It's a bit of like a. I don't know how to describe it. Like a test of skill with the Goron roll is the best way to put it. Yeah, so I think this main wall will always stop you, because I can't seem to hit it on an angle that's bouncing me to make good use of it. So I'd recommend stick close to the snowy wall, because the snowy wall you can make good use of to bounce you around a bit more and give you a bit more speed. You can't, however, hurt him in the normal roll, but what you can do, as I've shown there, is use the normal roll can still destroy the pots. You want to try get at him right here. No! But yeah, this is a boss fight that I generally would. Sometimes I'll just leave like a save. I'll create a save point with this dungeon beat just so I could refight him over and over, because it's a really fun boss fight. Like I say, it can be a bit annoying, and it can take a little bit of time, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just a boss that's so fun to like try and beat him as fast as possible and try and like do as much as you can. Like I say, he's nearly dead now. I've nearly done it. It's just a bit of. It's just a little finicky, because like I say, the rolling, it's not perfect, but I love how smooth it turns and everything, and like I love on these walls when you can get it like this, where you can like curve around like a corner, or like I've done it before where I bounced off the wall and actually hit him with this, like, which is such a cool feeling. But yeah, he is a bit harder to hit at the end, because he does speed up, he kicks a lot of stuff around, but just keep chasing after him, cut those corners where you can to like catch him off. Use the ramps where you can to try and like land those extra knockdown hits. And there you go. Let's go. Really fun boss fight, little fun chase sequence. And that's not the last time we'll see him. We are going to refight this boss when we need to do some side quests that revolve around helping the mountain area. But yeah, so he's beaten, so now we just got to go around to where he is. Make sure as well to go get the heart piece before finishing this. There we go. Lovely. We've got a nice row of hearts there. I think I've got 10 hearts now, if I'm counting that right. So there's Goat's Remains. How are we doing on time? We're doing alright, an hour and a half. Not the worst run. What exactly are all of you? Alright, let's meet the second giant. Guardians? So you're protective gods? That's why you're in the temples? But why are the protective gods? No, wait, are you listening to me? Hey, wait! And there you go. So that brings down the snow and allows springtime to finally come to the mountains. Which I always found weird, because this whole area is called Snow. The dungeon's called Snowhead, right? Snow is the name of the game of this mountains, snowy mountains. But there's still, like, as you see here, there's spring chime and everything. Like, the whole issue with this area was that it was frozen over. Like, basically winter wasn't ending. And I understand the problem there, it's just weird to me that a snowy mountain village has that issue. There we go, we beat the dungeon. And there's a frog here. Let's talk to the frog. Let's see what he says. Hello, Mr. Frog. I've been waiting for you, Dongero. Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but it looks like you've lost a little weight. As you can see, Dongero, the long winter has ended and spring has finally come to these mountains. Let us begin our chorus. Unfortunately, it seems not all of our members have gathered. Perhaps it is because winter was too long. We must not have realized that spring has come to the mountains. And when the great Dongero has come for us too, what a pity. Where in the world could the other members be, and what could they be doing? Okay. So this is the most annoying side quest in the game. You have to find the 5 frogs around the world. And we've seen a lot of them as we've been playing the game. It's just finishing off the sword. Nearly done. Actually, this was a great time to end the first dungeon. The second dungeon. I'm just going to wait around a minute for it while I explain this. But yeah, so basically the Dongero side quest. We found a bunch of the frogs, but there's one that's in the first dungeon, like right near the end of it, which was that mini boss we fought. So if we want to get that frog, we have to fight him again. And the other frogs, we can get all the other frogs except there's one frog that is in the third dungeon. It's another mini boss in the third dungeon, and so that means this quest will not be done until we go to do the third dungeon, because I don't want to have to go through that third dungeon a second time after the first go through in order to get this frog. I do love frogs. I really love frogs. I have a Yu-Gi-Oh deck that's all frogs, frog monsters only, that I really love, and I keep trying to make it better with all the like balancing changes they keep making to the card game. But these frogs in particular, they're really cute. I really like him. Very hoppy, very adorable. Love the colours. Let me just put the Song of Time back to normal. But yeah, just the Dongero side quest it wasn't designed very well. And they didn't do a good job of fixing this in the 3DS version either. Like, the 3DS version had an opportunity here to fix this side quest and just move one of the frogs from the third dungeon away. Because the first dungeon one's not too bad, I think that's fine. But they could have changed the mini-boss in the 3DS version and put this one side quest that everyone hates and everyone has issues with, and just move the frog somewhere closer, or put it somewhere different, or give us, I don't know, more to do with the mask. Because you do all of this just to gather all the frogs to get one heart piece, and then you never deal with this again in the game. And it's just like, it's really annoying. Also, I put the lens of truth for some reason. Alright, give me my sword. I kept you waiting, but it's done, see? There we go, we now have the razor sword. This new sharper blade is cut above the rest. Use it up to 100 times without dulling its superior edge. Now keep in mind that after you've used it 100 times, the blade will lose its edge and will return to its original sharpness. Now see, it's a secret. If you bring me gold dust before this sword loses its edge, I'll be able to make it the strongest sword around. You got that gold dust. Ooga, ooga, ooga. There you go. So we got our razor sword. Now, I need to get to gold dust. So let's go do that now. I'm going to also put the song back to slow time, because we need the second day to last until we get the gold dust. Also, remind me, before I finish this cycle, I need to do the stray fairy. I need to bring the stray fairies back, so I don't have to go get them again. Someone can just keep track of that, make sure that I do that. Yeah. Now, There is a heart piece that unlocks for beating the dungeon as well, but we can't do it until we have a way to go into the water and open a chest up underwater. Which, spoiler alert, next part will be dedicated to that. To that particular thing that I'm going to get that'll let us go underwater. If you know the game, you know what I'm talking about. But what I want to do now is we want to go across here for something in the Goron village. Well, yeah, it's like over here there is this little area I haven't gone to yet. And I want to put I think I'm going to put the bunny hood on for this. No, I'm not. No, I forgot because no, man. You need to be a Goron for this. So we need a Goron mask. Talk to this big guy down here. I'm the Goron who sells the powder keg, the most famous product of the Gorons. Want a powder keg? Powder kegs explode with powerful blasts and are very dangerous. Until I've tested you to see if you can use them properly, I can't let you use any of your own. Will you try to give it a go? Okay, so we got a powder keg. So it'll tick faster when it's about to explode. So we've got a limited time to get this to where we need to take it. So we've got to go all the way back to right near the mountain village, because there's a rock we need to blow up that will only be blown up by a powder keg. We will also need powder kegs to get into Romani Ranch before the third day, and so I want to do this and open that way up. Also, remind me, I need to, before the end of this cycle, go back and talk to this guy to get the license. Once I've done this correctly, because then that will allow us to buy powder kegs on every other time cycle, which is what we'll need for next part in order to get our horse back, which will then get us into the third area of the game. So you can see how everything sort of is linked together. Link. Yeah, it's funny because it's linked to the character. Excuse me, Popper. Thank you. Yeah, so you want to just take your time a little bit here, and it's hard because you want to take your time, but you also got to make sure to get this bomb delivered in time. Okay, guess we're going back again. Yeah, so if you fall in the water as a Goron, it'll reset the room. So just like how Deku's hate fire, Gorons hate water. Need to take another powder keg around. But yeah, so the idea is we're taking the powder keg around there. We've got to watch out for those little wolfers. I'll be honest, that's the first time I've ever got hit by one of them wolfers while trying to deliver the powder keg. You also have to be a human here to jump up the ledge, which is very annoying. I also recommend do not do this when you're right at the end of a day, because if you try to do this at the end of the day and it cycles over to the next day, your powder keg will disappear, which is really stupid, and it can ruin everything. Yeah, so like, again, I love this game. There's so much to love and so much to appreciate, and it's such a fun game, and there's, you know, I wish there was a game like this nowadays. Like, I feel like a modern game with this, like, mask system and, like, transforming to different creatures and something like that would be really cool, but I've never played a game quite like Majora's Mask. It just has this really fun side questy feel to it that I love. But yeah, so we've got to just deliver this again. Gotta get the powder keg. I gotta just watch out. Oh, come on. No. I don't know what happened there. I think it's just getting, like, caught on the little peg. I think that's what's happening here. Yeah, I think it was the peg of the bridge that I just dropped it on. But when I throw it up here, avoid that tech-tyke as well. Yeah, so we're getting near the end of the time. We want to make sure as well, do not knock it off or throw it across the water. Try to get as close to the edge as possible. Oh god. I was gonna say, make sure you don't throw it You have more time than you think, but as you can see, it's ticking quick now, so just to be safe as possible, we're gonna pop it down here. Made it just in time, and that's it. You did it, thanks a lot. I'm going right in, it's been waiting for you. That's what we need the powder. So there you go, powder cake's done. Now, that's what we need to do with the powder keg, so we can now go back whenever and get that delivered. Did I not get the map? No, I got the map for this place. I'm sure I did. Okay. What I'm going to do now is just create a suspend point here for this minigame, because this minigame can be annoying. And it's going to test our Goron roll abilities. How well we do with it. So let's talk to you. Ah, Darmani, I've been waiting for you. See, everyone's restless because they can't wait to enter. You're gonna enter, aren't you? You're gonna enter, aren't you? Yep. You have to. I want to show everyone how Darmy races. If your magic power is low, charge it up the green jars in the course. Alright. So this is one big race we're gonna do with the Goron. Basically, we're rolling around, trying to beat the other Gorons to the finish line. This is kind of a difficult minigame. Or it can be, because as you can see there, if you're not fully charged up, the Gorons will just knock you over, so you need to get to your spiky rolling mode. And even then, they can still knock you over and slow you down. You can hit them, but as far as I know, you don't slow them down too much. This minigame also has a really bad case of rubber band AI, which basically means when you're like in the lead, they can speed up behind you, so you don't get too far distance from them, which is really annoying, not good. Yeah, goodness. Yeah, this is not a good run so far. Come on. Yeah, there's a lot of hazards and a lot of things going on. I'm really confused though why my map is, because I'm sure I bought them. Did I buy the map from Tingle? That is something I need to check, because I'm supposed to have a little dot, a little map with a racetrack, and it would show the little white dots around. Now, I've lost the race. No, we're gonna do another run. Yes, I'm gonna enter again. That was a terrible example. Okay, I'm gonna do my suspend point at the start of the race, because I feel like that makes more sense than doing it there. Okay. You can get a slight lead by rolling right before it says go. But yeah, I wouldn't focus too heavily on hitting the other rolling Gorons, because they can easily stop you. So just focus on trying to get to the lead, just focus on the race itself and avoiding all the obstacles. And if you bump into one now and then, it's not a big deal. Like I say, it's a weird minigame, because it can be really unforgiving, especially at the end, and there's a lot of moments that can make it annoying. Like there, like if I was hit on a slight worse angle, I could have been knocked off entirely. This bit's the most annoying. Oh, yeah. There's a certain point where if you're just too far behind, it just won't work, so let's just try that again. And unfortunately, you can't just go and punch them or anything, as much as I would love to, because they're very annoying. Yeah, we're just going to keep doing this race until I get it. Thankfully, you only have to do this one time. This is a one-time minigame, where once you've done it, you don't ever have to do this minigame again. Unless, say, for example, you didn't do the gold dust thing in time, but you should be able to. As you can see here, I'm on the morning of the second day, so I've got plenty of time to do this. And I'm going to use the suspend points just to save us time. Yeah. It's a very annoying minigame though, this, because stuff like this can happen where you can have a really smooth start and then just get stuck. Now, I would still keep going. Just keep trying, because it is possible to still catch up The game will just outright say if that's it, you're not catching up at all. Yeah, like here. Like I fell off and you'll just hit a point where it's like, yeah, no, you're just not going to catch up. See, yeah, you can't really do anything to stop them. My best advice really is just try to stick to like the edges so they're not going to bump you as much, but also keep an eye on your magic meter as well, which is also annoying that they can steal magic, which doesn't help with this game. And yeah, just watch out for all the bombs and the random obstacles and things around. Oh, that was smooth. I like that. Was a good little moment there. I can't really do suspend points in this because if I do a suspend point, it'll stop me from rolling. So this is just gonna have to be. This is all skill here. Oh god, I'm gonna run out of magic. No, he stole the jar in front of me. Just keep rolling. Just keep rolling. Oh, yes, I'll take that. I'll take it. We're near the end of the race here, though. Unfortunately, I'm not getting any. The problem is I need a smooth terrain to get... Yeah, I'm not winning the race, unfortunately. I need a smooth... You need smooth enough terrain to get the roll going. That's so annoying. I actually could have won that one as well. Yes, we're going to try again. I feel like I was robbed there. Let's do it. Jacks. Yeah, that's what I don't like is that the way they knock you down is so unforgiving. I also actually, unlike the goat fight where you want to use the ramps, I don't like using the ramps in this fight. I feel like in this race, I feel like they actually hinder you more. They feel like they slow you down too much. Oh god. Ah! I need magic. Yeah, I'm not doing very well this run, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. My best bet's going to be if I can just get past this bit and get magic built up, get a good roll. Look, see, that's what I mean. Like, that's just not fair. Yeah, I'm not winning this. Let's just restart. The fact they can take the magic jars is what I don't like. I feel like that's just... They shouldn't be able to take the magic because they don't use magic. You don't see spikes on their rolling, do they? Which also is the other thing I don't understand is how they stop me when I'm spiky. I do recommend just like push up as well because sometimes I mean, it doesn't always guarantee it, but sometimes when you're pushing up, it could keep them from stopping you rolling. Oh. Oh my god. The bullies! They're all bullies. Oh god. I'm just gonna restart. Sometimes it's just quicker to just do that. Obviously, I'm playing it on the Switch, so I have the luxury of these suspend points, which is a massive help for me because without them, it's not impossible by any means. Because I mean, I've done it countless times on the GameCube collector's disc, but it's just this game can either be really easy and you get through it on your first time, or it could be like this, really annoying, and you have to do it multiple times because you're not getting that luck. I don't even know what hit me then. And unfortunately, I'm having a hard time with this. I can't even blame like the controller or anything because everything's going smooth with me control-wise. It's just me. really need... Yeah, I was going to say, I felt I was running out of magic there. Oh, yes! I need to, like, keep rolling one direction for a second. There we go, that's what we need. The bridge is my least favourite part of this race, because getting knocked off there sucks, especially at the end. Right, now what I gotta do, I just gotta get that lead. I've just gotta get that lead above the rest. Is it just this one? Did we do it? Oh my god, please tell me we did it. Yeah! Oh, that was close. Did we do it? Did we do it? Yeah! That was great! I knew you were the fastest Goron Darmani. I'm sure you'd get first place. This is from Daddy, it's the prize. Darmani, that's it. This is a ball of gold dust. It's the finest quality available. I want to be just like you, quick! There we go. Got the gold dust. That's what we needed. Now what I need to do, I need to take the gold dust across to the mountain village. Okay, let's get the gold dust delivered. Ooh. Oh, a customer. Oh, okay. Ooh. Oh, customer. Good boss, fetch our customer some coffee, quick like. Let me take a look at your sword. Hey, now that's a mean joke. Your sword has already been forged into a razor sword. Unless, do you want to make your sword stronger? To do that, I'll need gold dust. Do you have any? Yes, we do. In our third bottle. Yeah, so what's cool is we get a new bottle. Why, if it isn't gold dust and it's even top quality? Why, even if I use it to reforge your sword, there'll still be some left. Alright, just for you, I'll do this for free, but don't tell anyone. Thanks for dropping in. Now then, I'm straight off to work. Come back tomorrow morning. Alright, so there we go. We've got the sword delivered, so that'll be done for the next day. Just to test, what is left for me to do now? What do I need to do? What are the two things that I need to make sure I get done before the end of this time cycle? What were the two things I need to not forget to do? I mean, I do remember. Just testing if chat remembers. What were the things I needed doing? Okay, I'm not sure if I got I'm actually going to check this right now, because I don't know if I even got Tingle's map, because I also think I forgot to do this before. But yeah, there's two things that I haven't done that I need to do before the end of this time cycle. Tingle is not one of them. Oh, I already have it. Okay, so why is it not showing up? I'm gonna check the map thing. It's fine. Do I already have the other one? Yep, the fairies, that's one. Yeah, so there's the stray fairies, and there's one other thing, which is I need to go get the powder keg license. Now that I've done the race. Okay, so why has my map just disappeared? No. Oh, it's okay. So L for record is what turned off my map, and I did that at some point. I must have pressed L. I don't know why I pressed L, but I did. I need to go on mask. Yeah, you know what? Let's slap on the bunny hood to speed this up. So we need the license, because even if you do break the rock and then go back in time, you won't get the license to be able to use powder kegs if you don't go back to this guy and talk to him again. And you'll have to do all that side questy stuff again. So I'm gonna go get this powder Keg license. And for some reason that goes back in time with us for the rest of the game now. Once we've spoke to this guy. He gives you a powder keg, which, unless you're doing this on the first day, and you've still got plenty of time left, is pretty much useless, because we need to go into Romani Ranch on the first day. You can do... I don't even know if you can do side questy stuff on the second day or not in Romani Ranch with this. So, yeah. What do I need to do now? It's right there. I need to go to the... I need to go to Snowhead. Let's go to Snowhead. When I find it. Snowhead. And in Snowhead, I need to... what do I need to do in Snowhead? I need to go get the... Give the fairies back. And that'll give us a reward. Now, I could have gone and got this, and in hindsight, I would recommend go get the fairy reward before the Goron race. But I wanted to see... I just wanted to do it different this time. And to be fair, I was also more about thinking about getting that powder keg license and the race done, because I didn't know how long the race would take. It took a few goes, but you know what, we got it in the end. Should probably stop rolling now. Okay. Now I need to just pop down here. Where are you? The entrance is around here somewhere. Alright, so on the bottom of Snowhead is the fairy fountain. So let's get our second dungeon reward. Oh, wise young one, I am the great fairy of wisdom. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. As thanks, I shall enhance your magic power. Alright. And with that, we now have double magic, which is one of the best upgrades in this game and will help out a lot. Again, I recommend doing this before the Goron race. I just did it out of order, but it's fine. You can do it. I showed it. You can do it without the upgrade. This just gives you a lot more magic for longer. And there you go. So we've done the stray fairies for Snowhead. We've beat the dungeon. And we even got the powder keg license. Now all I've got to do is just skip forward to the third day and we can get our brand new sword. So, not too bad actually. About 2 hours or so of the stream. Not a super long one, not a super drawn out one. I think it's good progress we've made this part. Alright, so that's the second day. So that's the night of the second day. The reason I'm not doing anything else in this time cycle is because everything I want to do is on the first day, on the next time cycle, now that I've beat the dungeon and I'm getting everything that I need for it. So to go to the third area I need to be on the first day anyway. I kept you waiting, but it's done, see? There we go, we now have the gilded sword. Nearly forged, your sword is even better than before and will never ever break. There it is, we can't make a sword stronger than that. No matter how many times you use it, it will never lose its edge. Try it. Oh, I used up most of the gold dust. Just a tiny bit was left, so I got rid of it for you. And there you go. Look at that beat. Let's go outside and let's show off this amazing new sword. So we've gone from the dinky little Kokiri sword to the stronger but not very durable razor sword, and now we have the gilded sword, which has so much more range. And and that will help us out a lot. It's also double strength, meaning a lot stronger than the Kukiri sword. It means that we don't have to worry about enemies taking as long to kill. There you go. So as with all time cycles, the last thing I'm going to do on this is I'm going to go back to Clock Town, deposit all my rupees into the bank. But yeah, so there's a lot we can do now that we've got a better sword and we've beat the second dungeon and we have everything we need in the Powder Cake license to be able to do the next part of the game. But I'm going to leave the next part of the game, well, for the next stream because there's a lot we can do. So it'll be a very busy part, next part, with a lot of side quests that unlock now that we've got Powder Cake. But to do a lot of it, we want to be on the first day. So I'm going to deposit my money. 169 rupees. Nice. There you go, 695. So we don't have a lot of rupees. We definitely need to get some more at some point. But let's go back in time and then save an owl statue. Because I always like to do an owl statue. And we'll get an idea from Tattle where we're going next. So there you go. I think it's been quite a good part, to be fair. No big incidents have happened. Snowhead beat it before the end of the first day, which is really good because I didn't want to have to get. I didn't want the second day to roll around before I beat Snowhead, just for time's sake. And it still worked out with time to spare. The quickest way to the ocean is through the west gate. So there you go. So next time we play Majora's Mask, we will be exploring the ocean area, seeing everything there. But yeah, so thanks for watching everyone, and I hope you all take care. Thank you, and see you later.